Hey y'all, welcome back to the Real Fuller House. I thought I would take a little break from cleaning and share with you guys some of my busy boxes that I use for my toddlers. I don't know if you guys are like me. I have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they're super busy. They're into everything, and they're hard to keep their attention, and just especially like if we're out at church or at a restaurant or something. So I constantly have to come up with things to keep them busy, to keep them from terrorizing everything. So I thought I'd share a few of my new busy boxes with y'all. If you guys like them, I'd be happy to share some of my other ones with you. Just let me know down below. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just cutting up felt. I got it at Walmart, the craft section. I think it was like 23 cents a sheet. And I am making a road out of it. I cut the black strips up to be the road, and then I'm just cutting little yellow rectangles to make the divided line down the road. And I got these, I think they're from Walmart, Spark Imagination. These little trucks, there was 5 of them. They were $4.92. And my little guy loved them. He had the best time. He can set the roads up how he wants, and he was making them drive on the road, and he just had a great time. Now, not with all busy boxes, but a lot of my busy boxes, like I try to come up with things that are fun for the kids. There's something different that they don't normally do on a regular basis. And also though, I'd like for them to be practicing some kind of a skill, or it serves some kind of a purpose. This next busy box was probably the easiest and the cheapest to make. I just cut up all kinds of different little shapes of felt, and we made 2 big pumpkins, and we put faces on the pumpkins. We talked about the shapes, the parts of the pumpkin, the stem, the leaf, and just had fun. Do your pumpkin. Do this pumpkin. That's a mouth. Don't pull hard. That's his big. He has a big mouth. Look. Yeah, big mouth. Do you find? This next one, really, there was not a lot to it. I just found this little, I don't know if it's like a puzzle, but it's kind of like a game. It's in the Spark Imagination line at Walmart as well, and it's just farm animals, and they're wooden, and they have this base, and you're just supposed to keep stacking them on top of each other. So we put down a dry erase board to have a firm base, because it didn't stand in the carpet that well, but he had fun stacking them and bouncing them, and we talked about the animals and what they were or where they lived, the colors. There's all kinds of different things you can do. I really think it's important, and I want to let you all know, just in case you don't already know, how important it is to talk to your children, and when you're reading, to read to them, but also to identify objects with them. I've seen it time and time again, and with our little girl that we adopted, we really saw this. She was a little bit older when she came to live with us, and so she had a very hard time. She was 6 and 7 years old, and she couldn't identify objects like a cow. She didn't know what a cow was. So after struggling with our little girl with this, I wanted to make sure that the little kids had a great foundation in this skill, and so we really talk about things and what they are, and call them by their name, and talk about their color and their sound and different things like that. I just thought this was a great activity to work on those skills.
What that is. Say piggy.
Piggy.
What's a piggy say? What's the pig say?
Cock.
Oink oink.
The next thing that I created a busy box with were these stacking rainbows. They were also from that same line at Walmart, $4.92. Can't beat the price. They're great. They're big, they have a good shape, they're different colors, and they stack. You can do all kinds of different things with them. You can line them up like a rainbow, you can stack them different ways, and so I thought this would be a good activity. We're working on colors right now with our little guy, and concepts like over and under, on top of, underneath, things like that. So this was a good activity for him to work on those skills.
I'll make a tall tower. You're gonna make it under.
Now this one was probably the one that I spent the most money on. I bought 2 containers of those stacking animals. I want to say there was 6 in a package, so I got 12. They were $4.92 also, same line at Walmart. They had several different, I didn't even buy all that they had. I just got 2 rolls, but they had more with different animals. They're really cute. They have flat feet and flat bottoms, so they stack really nicely. So we were able to talk about colors and concepts like on top of, underneath, also behind and in front of, under, around. Like, these are all things that most adults just say, expecting kids to know what they're talking about, and they've never been taught. You know, you're telling them to get in line, get behind so-and-so. They have no idea what that means. So they have to be taught. So this was a good way for us to work on those skills. This activity worked on a couple of skills. Pinching was one of the main, like the fine motor skill, and then sorting, grouping like items together. So this came from the Dollar Tree. $2 for 2 packages of erasers, $1 for the jumbo tweezers, and $1 for the containers. So $4 total for this box. He had a hard time with these tweezers. So I don't know if we got some defective tweezers, because even I had a hard time gripping them to keep them closed together. So we're gonna try some different tweezers. He eventually gives up and uses his fingers, which is fine. We're still working on the hand-eye coordination and the grouping and sorting, so he just had a hard time. I don't blame him for giving up. I just said, just use your fingers. You don't have to use the tweezers. So we'll find some different ones and try again. I've never had this problem with them before, so I don't know if we just got a bad pair or if they're making them different now. I'm not really for sure, but this is probably my 10th pair of jumbo tweezers from the Dollar Tree. So we use them for a lot of different things. He did good with this activity, better than I thought he was gonna do, because he is just 2, and I had never really had him sort things before by what they were. So he would kind of get in a hurry, and I would say, uh-oh, that doesn't go there, and he was able to go back and fix it himself. So this is a great little activity for $4. It kept him pretty busy. This last activity is gotta be one of my favorites. He really enjoyed it. It's a little mini colander from the Dollar Tree for $1, and a package of pipe cleaners also $1. Can't beat it. $2 for this activity, and it will keep them busy for a very long time. He was working on his fine motor skills, lacing the pipe cleaners. At one point, he was even lacing them like you would lace a pair of shoes. So I thought that was really great that he was just doing that on his own, because those are important skills that kids need to learn. And the sooner they learn them, the easier their life is going to be when they're in kindergarten and they're having problems with their shoes. These are just a few of the busy boxes that I've recently made. I thought you guys would like to see them. I have a lot more. I keep them up where the kids cannot get to them themselves. They have to have my permission to get them down, or if we're going somewhere and I want to grab something for them to do, I grab a couple of boxes, or even I have some smaller things in busy bags. So if you guys want to see some of that other stuff, let me know. Leave it down in the comment below. Or if there is a skill that your toddler or preschooler is just struggling with right now and you want to work on it with them, let me know. Maybe I can come up with some ideas for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.